2002-2003 All-NBA First Team was absolutely stacked, and maybe the greatest 5 ever to be named to the team in a single year. That's why today at Kicks Action, we present to you the legendary All-NBA First Team of the 2002-2003 season. Stay here. The All-NBA First Team of the 2002-03 season is one of the most impressive in league history. That season's team was composed of Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs, Kevin Garnett of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Shaquille O'Neal, Lakers, Kobe Bryant, Lakers, and Tracy McGrady, Orlando Magics. These players were at the top of their game at that time. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Shaquille O'Neal dominated their positions. Kobe Bryant was one of the best shooting guards. And Tracy McGrady was an outstanding point guard and one of the best in the league. Comparing this team to other All-NBA teams from different seasons can be difficult. For example, the 1996-1997 All-NBA First Team, which included Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Karl Malone, and John Stockton, is another strong candidate due to the historical impact of those players in their respective roles and the greatness of Michael Jordan in particular. But this 2002-2003 team stands out for several reasons: dominance in their positions, impact on the league, and finally, success in your teams, since all the players on this team were superstars in their positions during that period. These players were not only leaders on their teams, but they also had a huge impact on the league as a whole during that season. And the teams these players played on, Lakers, Spurs, Timberwolves, and Magic, were among the best in the league during that era. Seeing these points, we have to talk about how were the general statistics of all these players in their respective campaigns of the year 2002-2003. Here we show them. Topping the list of starters at first baseman, Tracy McGrady was at his best during the 2003 season. In his third season with the Orlando Magic after leaving the Toronto Raptors, T-Mac led the NBA in scoring with his average 32.1 points per game, the highest of his career. Additionally, with 6.5 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists per game, 1.7 steals per game, and 0.8 blocks per game. An unstoppable offensive force with elite athleticism and shooting ability, McGrady was easily one of the 2 best point guards in the game, alongside Kobe Bryant. The fact that T-Mac was mentioned in the same breath as Bryant showed how dominant the Magic superstar was. And he would capture a second scoring title the following season. Lakers star guard Kobe Bryant dominated the league, averaging 30.0 points per game, 6.9 rebounds per game, 5.9 assists per game, 2.2 steals per game, and 0.8 blocks per game, as part of an all-time great duo with Shaquille O'Neal. It's no surprise that Shaq also made the All-NBA First Team. Bryant was also a dominant defensive player who was doing a good job in other areas, such as rebounding and passing, and the 2003 season was truly one of his best. Kobe wasn't able to cap off his season with an NBA championship, but making his 5th All-Star team at age 24 was incredible at the time. Kevin Garnett, the big ticket himself, was simply exceptional for the Minnesota Timberwolves, with 23.0 points per game, 13.4 rebounds per game, 6.0 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game, and 1.6 blocks per game. A dominant defensive player, double-double machine, KG put up monstrous numbers while always rising to the occasion for Minnesota when it mattered most. Garnett, a leading MVP candidate, began to establish himself as one of the game's top 5 players after posting his 5th consecutive season averaging double-doubles. The following season, Garnett would win the league MVP, which is a testament to the resume he was building. Tim Duncan was already the best power forward in the NBA, with 23.3 points per game, 12.9 rebounds per game, 3.9 assists per game, 0.7 steals per game, and 2.9 blocks per game, having posted 5 consecutive double-double seasons and been named a 4-time All-Star team prior to the 2003 season. Tim, a legendary paint defender and scorer, was at his peak in 2003 by winning the league's Most Valuable Player award for the second consecutive season and ultimately capturing the NBA championship. The Spurs were on their way to building a dynasty with Timmy on the roster, and the Superstars' 2003 season was one of his best, considering the level of individual dominance he had. Still the most dominant physical force in the league, Shaquille O'Neal was at his peak during the 2003 season with the Lakers, alongside Kobe Bryant, with 27.5 points per game, 11.1 rebounds per game, 3.1 assists per game, 0.6 steals per game, and 2.4 blocks per game. The Big Diesel supremely dominated the paint, using brute strength and power to dominate any defender who crossed his path. The dispute between O'Neal and Kobe was slowly growing and was affecting their joint success on the court. Although Bryant was establishing himself as arguably the best player in the league, that didn't stop Shaq from putting up his usual numbers. Now, we saw that the 2002-2003 All-NBA First Team was exceptional and featured players who are considered among the best of all time. But if we talk about comparison with other All-NBA teams, it may depend on criteria such as historical context, impact on the league, and individual statistics. But in short, the 2002-2003 All-NBA First Team is undoubtedly one of the most outstanding and may even be considered the best of all time. This is how far this presentation of the legendary All-NBA 2002-2003 team has come, which was made up of giants from the best basketball in the world. Don't forget to subscribe now and continue watching more episodes of Kicks Action only for Station Kicks.